My name is Jason. I'm from Oklahoma City, and I go to Pathways Middle College.
My name is Victoria. I'm from Michigan and I go to West Bloomfield High School.
My name is Fatima. I'm from Texas and I go to Health Careers High School.
Texan. Okay. So what a few questions I want to start off with is how many students are in y'all's class?
My class, there are like 80 students,
Mhm.
so it's a small high school.
Mhm.
Mm.
In my class, there's like 503 kids. And like in my school, it's like 1,800. So
Whoa. Okay.
it's pretty big.
Yeah. I know I'm from Texas, so it should be big, but I go to a small school, so it's only 220.
So first, we're just gonna start with like our stats, so like GPA wise and all things like that. So if y'all could share y'all's GPA, and then we'll be seeing how the different statistics compare to like us finalists compare like maybe other finalists around the nation.
Mine was a 3.9, or it is a 3.9, I guess.
Unweighted mine is also a 3.9. Yeah.
Yeah, unweighted mine's a 3.9.
And do y'all school for the weighted one? Do they do it on a 6.0 or a 5.0 scale?
I have five.
Five.
I think it mine's 5, but I'm not sure because we don't really
I
use it that much.
yeah, I actually have like the 100 point
Mm.
scale.
Really?
You know,
How many AP classes have y'all taken so far as of right now?
My school doesn't have a lot of AP classes because we do like we're inside of a college campus, so we just take the concurrent classes. So it like prepares you to graduate with your associate's degree. So I guess I haven't really taken any.
Has like 24. And by the time I graduate, I will have taken 13.
by the time I graduate, I will have taken 12.
So now I just want to talk about extracurriculars. So if y'all could just choose three extracurriculars y'all do, and then just speak about which one is more like involving towards y'all.
Okay, my extracurriculars. I mean, I have a few. But a lot of it's music. So like,
Yeah.
I'm here to record auditions right now. And then I play. So I'm recording for a bass, contrabass, and then through that, I've done all state, region, national youth orchestra, other national festivals, and then in my I play in a band. I play clarinet. I'm learning bassoon right now. Play flute, just a lot of instruments. I just like learning the instruments. It's really fun and cool. But besides music, student government at the college level, I'm a executive board for the BSA, Black Student Association. And then I do Miracle Marathon at this college I'm at right now. We raised $20,000 for the children's hospitals in the spring. And then just stuff like that. And then also I work at a lab, like a diagnostics laboratory. So my thing is I'm really big on chemistry, so I just do a lot of that. So yeah.
Mine, I had to pull them up because I forgot. But I have a nonprofit that's called like IOAM. It's for like Nigerians in Michigan, I guess. And then so like I'm the financial manager of that. I do like DECA and stuff. I ran track, but I don't run anymore. I don't want to run it anymore. So hopefully that's done with. Um, I also do BSU as well. I'm the vice president, and I do like a few other clubs in my school. And then oh, I have this like college essay editing mini hustle. So yeah.
My big three, I play violin, so I'm super involved in my orchestra. Like Jason, I've done region. I auditioned for Allstate. Yeah. And then my other big thing is Latin Club. That's like my school's probably one of the biggest clubs at my school because we're kind of like a geeky school. So through Latin Club, it's through like registration with the National NJCL, National Junior Classical League. So it's basically a league for like classics, learning the classics. And then my other big thing is student council because I am student council president right now. Yeah. And then I don't know if this applies, but because I go to health careers high school, it's a magnet school. So through it, I've been able to like medical field doors have been more open to me. Like junior year, I got my CDA, which means I'm a certified dental assistant. So
Mm.
now, senior year, I've just been like going off campus to dental clinics. And I've been able to like shadow and everything. So it's kind of through the school, but yeah, that's pretty cool too.
So when you're going to college, are you going more into like the musical aspect, or are you gonna like involve it with like chemistry, just like you mentioned?
Actually, I wrote my essays about this too, but I kind of want to combine the two. I've done two studies, like comparing like music within like the sciences, like psychological aspects and like yeah, mostly psychological aspects so far, but I do want to explore it more when I go to college.
So another question I have for y'all is, so what are you trying to major in once y'all go to college?
It would be biochemistry.
Mine would be probably finance.
Mine's been changing a lot recently, but essentially I want to study like a mixture of possibly like pre-med, but also English and classics is I want to maintain those.
Yeah, it's really good. It really showcases how much of your like extracurriculars can really like, kind of back you up once you're like going to like your specific major or like what you want to major in. But another question I have is, so I want to ask each individual of y'all how many colleges did y'all rank for your college finalist ranking, and then what is y'all's like top five colleges you have so far for the National QuestBridge Match.
Really, I ranked eight. But then after looking into them more, I cut off two. So I have six. And my top five, number one is UPenn. And then it's Rice, Johns Hopkins, Northwestern, and then Boston.
Okay.
Originally I ranked 6, but then I cut off one, Stanford. But my top 5 is Columbia, UPenn, Princeton, Cornell, and then Brown.
Originally I ranked all 15, but then I cut it down to 12, which is still a large number. But my top five are University of Notre Dame, Johns Hopkins, Middlebury, Swarthmore, Vassar, and Oberlin. I think that might have been 6, but
So I kind of saw like a Reddit post, I don't know if you kind of saw it, but it was basically how this person did a whole poll and he just kind of like did the ranking, how many people ranked from 1 to 15. And I kind of saw like this year there's less people that ranked like as many universities as they did last year. So I want to start like with Jason. I'm just gonna ask each individual of y'all if like what was the reason y'all only ranked a certain amount of colleges and why didn't y'all rank more, or what was the reason y'all didn't rank as much?
It was just where I felt like I would like be a good spot in. That's why I ended up cutting off too.
Like my thought process was like, would I be okay with being 100% bound to this school? And then for Stanford, the reason I cut it off was, for one, it's too far. It's like 29 hours away, so that's far for me. And then as well as I seen, okay, so I had ranked it, so I thought I could do it at first. But then I also seen the supplements, and I just was like not trying to do their supplements. Not even gonna lie, I wasn't trying to do the supplements, even though they're not even bad. They weren't even bad. Like they seemed fun, but I don't know. I was just doing the other one. I was more interested in doing the other ones, I guess.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And what about you, Fatima?
so I ranked a lot, but mostly I gotta be honest, I was doing this really last minute, and I was kind of like, I j- I I'm just interested in pursuing my education, and I know like the Ivy Leagues out of QuestBridge are more prestigious and more people want to rank them, but I kind of felt like if I ranked more smaller liberal arts schools, then I might be more likely to match. And it just matters to me that I get to learn, at a good school. But the three that I cut off, because I had 15 and it became 12, the three that I cut off were like Victoria, they had a lot of supplements. And I was also doing the supplementals at the last minute as well. So when I saw that like my top three had more supplements than all the others, then I had to cut them off.
Oh wow. Okay, so I've kind of seen the trend going. A lot of people procrastinate and kind of wait towards the last minute. So what do y'all consider like the last minute? Was like a week beforehand, it was like a few days, like when did you start and then when did you actually like okay, I have to actually lock in into these essays?
That's a really good question. So I think Mine was like the week before. Because I was like, doing research, looking up YouTube videos, but kind of like playing around with it at the same time. And then I realized I only had a week left and I realized how many like supplementals I have to do. So like 16. I was like, oh shoot, I need to lock in right now.
Yeah.
So I like hit the gun and started like just running. And I barely got them done by Friday.
For me, so I had 24 supplements, 22 for QuestBridge, and I think that's excluding the Stanford ones. And so I remember I was trying to do it like piece by piece. So I had did like UPenn, like the weekend I found out. So that was like the first weekend. That was the first thing I did. And then I was just doing it like day by day. And then I had finished them all. It was due on Friday. So I finished them all on Thursday. And then I just had like a different like non-QuestBridge school to do on Friday. But all my QuestBridge stuff I finished on Thursday. So that's last minute to me.
That was like pretty well planned out.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Mine hopefully in the future, when current high schoolers are watching this podcast, they do not follow my example because I kind of like started like two or the day of them being due. I can't even lie. And the same thing for my QuestBridge application, not gonna lie.
Dang.
So yeah, I don't know.
Wait, but when did you guys find out about QuestBridge?
I don't remember. It was like it wasn't a long time before
It was due.
QuestBridge was due. Yeah, it was like a month or two before. And my teacher was like, I was telling her she was also the one who recommended me to apply to Fly-Ins. And then when I told her that I got into one, she emailed me back and she was like, you should look into the National College Match as well.
Nice.
Mm.
Knowing what QuestBridge was, I don't know how, like, I must have learned about it in like sophomore year. I think probably just doing some research because I was gonna do the college prep scholars. I just didn't do it. Like, I just didn't submit it just because I was too lazy. But then I did Thrive and stuff, and then we started our applications while we were at Thrive. So like July, like basically the QuestBridge rep had came to Thrive to talk to us. And then like the next week it was open. So then we all started it while we were there. So I knew about it since the day or like the day it came out, I guess. But I just didn't submit it till later on.
Right.
Junior year, because someone at my school matched last year, and then she came in and talked to us about it. And my school is like very college prep, so they were gonna tell us about it anyways. But I'd say like towards the end of my junior year.
So, Jason, you kind of mentioned that there's people that matched, right?
Mhm.
So, how many people matched last year, and then how many people are applying or like became finalists this year in your school?
We had two finalists last year, one match, and then we have three finalists this year.
Yeah, okay. What about you, Victoria?
I don't think anyone from my school has done QuestBridge, like that I know of. And I don't think anyone's doing it this year except for me. I didn't even tell people. I didn't even tell people about me matching or me being a finalist. But yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I also didn't tell anybody. So maybe that's why I don't know of
Yeah.
anybody else who matched.
But I
Like
know no
last
one
year,
matched, or else they would have like written a paper about it for us.
oh really?
Yeah.
Well, last year I don't know, I didn't hear about anyone matching. This year, one of my friends was telling me like, oh, there's another girl who's applying to it too. But I also don't know whether she became a finalist.
Hmm. I know some of y'all did Fly-Ins, right? So, how many Fly-Ins did you apply, Fatima, first of all? Scholar program, and then did you hear about Fly-Ins after prep scholar program, or you knew about them before the prep scholar program?
When I log into my QuestBridge page, it shows that I had started the college prep and like never submitted it,
Mm.
but I don't remember doing that. Not gonna lie. So no, I was not a college prep scholar, and the fly-ins I knew about before QuestBridge. The fly-ins I was applying to during summer mostly, like that late summer,
Mhm.
and yeah, I think I applied to three, but I only ended up going to one.
What about you, Victoria?
I didn't do the CPS thing. Oh, I had also started it, but the real reason I didn't do it is because I was applying to Thrive, and I thought CPS you have to do something during the summer for that, and I couldn't do that. But whole time it's a whole bunch of Thrive scholars who are also college prep scholars, so yeah. And then I knew about fly-ins before QuestBridge because my sister did fly-ins, and I applied to one for Columbia, but like I didn't get it, but also I don't live in a small town, but it was for small town rural areas. So, but I didn't know I didn't live in a small town until they told me I didn't live in a small town. So, yeah, I thought I lived in a small town, but apparently it's medium. So, yeah.
What about you, Jason?
I didn't end up applying to college prep scholars. I was going to, but then I think I got busy with like auditions and stuff. And then for the flying programs, I found out about them like while I was at the camps. Because this summer I was only in Oklahoma for like 2 weeks at a time because I was just going for orchestra stuff. So I just didn't have time to apply to any flying programs. And by the time I got back, all the flying programs that I wanted to do were like closed. So I was like, oh.
I mean, we're all here, we're all finalists, you know. So I mean, that's a pretty
Mhm.
huge accomplishment, of course. And just like I was mentioning, like I really wish you all the very best. Going to the match day. I know many of us will probably be taking naps like Jason during while we wait. But
Hopefully.
I really hope like we all match, you know, but I just want to say like at the end of the day, like doesn't matter what happens, just know be proud of how far you've accomplished, how far you've come, and just know at the end of the day, everything happens for a reason and we can't control everything. And I mean at the end of the day, we can't really control much, but just trust and just be patient, you know. But I mean if y'all do match, I'm really happy and proud of y'all and like I wish y'all the very best. But again, like if just in case someone didn't match or even myself, you know, just know that don't forget everything you've done and accomplished so far, and just know, just rejection is redirection to something better.